everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. With a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, everything is on the line in today's conference championship matchup. It's the Seahawks going up against the Redskins. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. They go play action here on first down. It's brought in by Kevin White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be first down Redskins. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And here's a look at the starting offense. And on 2nd and 10 now. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. It's brought in by Doxson. 9 yards on the play and a first down. It's opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson from 4 yards out. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. So we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The 3rd Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They go again with Rawls. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He loses 4. And it brings up 4.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. And last time out they got scored against. Their offense hasn't given them any help to this point. So maybe they need to stop here.
A stop obviously would be nice, not critical at this stage of the game, but one of the things that you want to find out from your defense, are you really ready to play? After giving up a touchdown on the last drive, let's see if they have a little bit better spark, a little bit better bounce in this series.
We'll see if they have that spark and that bounce right here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Kyle Fuller is one of those new breed, complete defensive backs. Eager to tackle, but a better cover man.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
Here we go. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to get this to Austin complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's the fullback. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And a touchdown there to help them expand the lead.
All you're looking for is as much separation between you and the other team as possible. They've got to feel good about what that touchdown gives them.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Fresh set of downs here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
On second down, Rawls. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. One quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. 14-0 is our score. We'll head back to FedEx Field after this timeout. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. A try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll set up a throw. On the left side, a catch by White. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
We focus our attention on the Redskins defense now. Obviously a close game from the defensive standpoint. Maybe don't want to blow it too much out of proportion, but how important is this drive?
I think it's huge for them because they've got to find a way to help out their offense, whether it's doing it themselves, taking the ball away and scoring, or setting their offense up in a good position to give them a chance to fully be back in this game.
Well, sometimes that defense triggers the offense. We'll see. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the selling points of the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
They'll try to run with Rawls. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. On the ground, rolls. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas rolls, taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the year.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Washington.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender is bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Let's go. Now look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Second and very short here, less than a yard. The play clock's running down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They come out here in the eye. But he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green,
now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Now here comes the Redskin defense heading back onto the field. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally, because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Midway through the first quarter, Dotson's found on the quick pass, and it's caught for the score. Redskins land the first punch. 3rd and long. Tight coverage here, but the completion is made, and he'll end up at the 15-yard line before being tackled. Redskins later on the drive, he'll head up the middle on the run, and he'd go in for the 6-yard touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. Seahawks have it at the 4. Lockett's able to haul in the contested pass, and it will be caught for the score. Seahawks trail now by just 7. 3rd down from the 28. Under pressure here, and the pass is picked off. Wagner's in position, and he's the one who comes away with the ball. After the INT, offense comes out now. He'll throw it to the left side on the run, and a quick three-play drive ends with a score. We're brand new at 14.
Okay, LR, we are indeed all even as these teams come back out for the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now Wilson on second down. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
On third down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. That's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. On second down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Wilson again to Rawls. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Can we just take that run and turn it into kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. To throw is Wilson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They recovered a fumble on their side of the field last time. Led to a field goal. We'll see if they can force another turnover now.
And you got to love the way that they're playing. You go back to that last series, it's almost like baseball when a guy is hitting really well. See ball, hit ball, right?
Pretty simple.
In this case, they'll make it simple on defense. See ball, get ball. And that's exactly what they did.
Going back to the archaic time.
Yes, sir. Make it simple. Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 2nd down.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. A big play there, 69 yards. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They got 29 yards there, and it's good enough for a Seattle first. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd down following the run. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost. You can't find him. And sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Again, Rawls. He's been busy tonight. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And it's 3rd and 5. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 5 yards to go. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. There's Wilson to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. From the gun, it's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wilson going to give the Rawls. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Redskins send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that a defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
2nd down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice move. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now, Will Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Rolls the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find the crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down. And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas rolls with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after here coming up. And now it's blocked. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Washington. 45 yards. And quickly they get to the line. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best.
Touchdown, Washington! A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Walsh now for the PAT. And the lead is down to 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They start on the ground with Rawls. Look at the spin. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out here in the eye. They give it to Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Seahawks defense heads back out there now. They're looking for one final stop here, put this game on ice. What's the message from the defensive coordinator here?
Don't overthink it. You know what you have to do. Let's get this game over with and get to the locker room.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just get it over quickly. They don't want to deal with any extra time.
You don't want any extra time. You don't want to do something out of the ordinary that gives them an opportunity and hope. Go out there and play the way you know how.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver, 76 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Counterplay. Rolls. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. This into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Third down, still 14 yards left. Here's Rolls. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 18.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep and got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Redskins are going to get a first down. And they are able to spike this in time. And that is going to set up a field goal try that one way or the other will decide this football game. So on now is Blair Walsh. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And, Charles, he hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
Exactly. And this was by far the most nerve-wracking. They just stepped up and calmly banged it through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.